When we talk about time and money, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that the two have the same value. After all, how many times have we heard the phrase time is money? However, millionaires have discovered something that goes unnoticed by most. Time, unlike money, is a resource that cannot be recovered or multiplied. This realization completely changes the way they see the world, their decisions, and their priorities. For those who are still searching for financial stability, money seems to be the scarcest and most valuable resource. It's what makes a comfortable life possible, fulfills material dreams, and guarantees a sense of security. But as a person accumulates wealth, money ceases to be a daily concern. With basic needs and even the most extravagant desires easily met, the focus shifts from accumulating wealth to something money can't buy: time. Time is limited and the same for everyone. Regardless of how much money someone has, the days are still 24 hours long, and every minute that passes never comes back. Millionaires understand this deeply and therefore begin to value time in a way that many people only realize much later in life or never do. They understand that time is not just a measure of duration, but a measure of opportunity. When someone who is building wealth spends an hour working on something, that hour has a specific value in terms of money that can be earned. But for the millionaire, that same hour can be seen from a different perspective. How much value does that hour bring to my life in terms of experiences, learning, or even rest and rejuvenation? This change in mentality is fundamental to understanding why time becomes the most precious resource. Another important aspect is the concept of freedom that time provides. With money, you can buy many goods and experiences, but it's time that allows you to fully enjoy them. Having free time, time to create, time to think, time to spend with family or friends, these are the real riches that millionaires seek. They work hard to ensure that they can have more control over their time, often delegating tasks or investing in systems that free them from the demands of everyday life. In addition, millionaires understand that time is also a multiplier when it comes to personal and financial growth. Investing time in learning new skills, thinking strategically, or building relationships can pay far greater dividends than any purely financial investment. It is this long-term vision, where time invested today can create exponential returns in the future, that separates those who simply have money from those who truly understand the power of being a millionaire. This appreciation of time leads to very different behavior compared to those who still see money as the most important resource. While many may spend hours trying to save money on small purchases or looking for bargains, millionaires are willing to pay a premium for convenience, efficiency, and quality of life. For them, time is the real scarce asset, and so investing money to save time is always a sensible choice. This shift in perspective, where time outweighs money in value, also influences how millionaires plan their lives and careers. They look for ways to maximize their free time, not just for leisure, but to continue to grow as individuals and as professionals. This focus on time as a resource to be protected and valued explains why millionaires often have a very disciplined and strategic approach to the use of their time, prioritizing activities that really matter and bring real value to their lives. When millionaires talk about the value of time, it's not just a philosophical or lifestyle issue. This perception translates into practical decisions that shape every aspect of their lives, especially in the field of business and finance. For them, time is not just a resource, it is the determining factor that guides their choices and strategies. Understanding this connection is crucial for anyone who wants to achieve a similar level of success and freedom. To begin with, millionaires generally have a keen awareness of opportunity cost, which is the concept that by choosing one option, you are giving up other possibilities. This concept is directly related to time, because every decision involves spending a resource that can never be recovered. If a choice is not the best use of the time available, then it represents a waste not only of time, but also of opportunities. This is one of the reasons why millionaires often delegate tasks that don't require their direct attention. They understand that their time is better spent on high-value activities, such as thinking strategically, making important decisions, and exploring new growth opportunities. For example, while an ordinary person might spend hours taking care of operational or routine details, a millionaire delegates these tasks to free up their time and focus on what really matters, which can't be replicated by someone else. In addition, the way millionaires make financial decisions is deeply influenced by the value they place on time. They prefer investments that provide long-term returns, even if that means waiting years to reap the rewards. This is because they understand that time is a powerful ally when it comes to accumulating wealth. The effect of compound interest, for example, is a concept that millionaires know well and use to their advantage, because they know that time has the power to turn modest investments into substantial fortunes. However, this appreciation of time also means that millionaires are extremely selective about where and how they invest this resource. They carefully assess whether an opportunity is worth the time and effort required, taking into account not only the potential financial gains, but also the impact on their quality of life. For them, a good decision is one that not only yields a profit, but also preserves or increases the time available for other important activities. Another crucial point is that millionaires take a long-term view, which sets them apart from many others. While most people can focus on quick or immediate gains, millionaires are willing to sacrifice short-term gratification in favor of bigger, more lasting goals. They understand that decisions made today can have significant impacts in the future, and that time is one of the biggest factors in multiplying success. This strategic approach to time also extends to their personal lives. They are careful with the time they dedicate to relationships, leisure, and personal development, ensuring that every minute is spent in a way that brings value and satisfaction. For them, time is the foundation on which they build their lives, and every decision is a piece of the larger puzzle that is the quest for a full and balanced life. This mentality is not something that develops overnight. It's the result of years of experience, learning, and, often, mistakes. But over time, millionaires perfect their ability to make decisions that maximize the value of time. They understand that, at the end of the day, it is time well spent that defines the quality of life and legacy they will leave behind. For those who aspire to financial success, adopting this view of time can be transformative. It's not just about working harder or being more efficient, it's about understanding that time is the only currency that really matters. And, as millionaires have already discovered, it is this currency that should guide all of life's important decisions. Most people think of wealth as a simple matter of accumulating money and material goods. Luxury cars, mansions, and a full bank account are the most obvious symbols of financial success. However, for millionaires, true wealth goes far beyond that. They understand that money is just a tool, useful and powerful, no doubt, but insufficient to define what it really means to be rich. True wealth, for those who have achieved it, is more complex and profound. It's about having control over your life, being able to spend your time the way you want, and achieving a peace of mind that can't be bought. This concept begins to form when someone realizes that, no matter how much money they have, there is still something missing if their time is completely filled with obligations and commitments that don't bring joy or satisfaction. Millionaires understand that money can buy comfort, but it can't buy meaning. And it is exactly meaning that they seek in their lives. After reaching a certain level of financial success, they begin to ask themselves, what do I really want to do with my time? At this point, true wealth begins to manifest itself as the freedom to choose one's own path, to decide where and how to invest not only money, but also time and energy. For them, wealth is the ability to live on their own terms. This could mean traveling the world, dedicating yourself to philanthropic causes, spending more time with your family, or simply having the time and freedom to explore new passions and interests. It's not about working less, necessarily, but working with more purpose and alignment with your personal values. This way of thinking also leads millionaires to seek a balance that many consider the key to a truly rich life. They understand that material wealth without emotional or physical well-being is incomplete. Therefore, they invest in both their health and their relationships, knowing that these elements are fundamental to a fulfilling life. They see time spent exercising, meditating, or spending quality time with loved ones as an investment as important as any other. The concept of true wealth also changes the way millionaires view consumption. Instead of spending money on goods that only bring temporary satisfaction, they tend to value experiences that create lasting memories or help them grow as individuals. Traveling, learning new skills, or participating in cultural and social events are some of the ways in which they choose to spend their time and money, enriching not only their bank accounts, but also their lives. Another central aspect of this concept is legacy. Millionaires often think long-term, not just about how they spend their time and money now, but about how their actions will impact the future, both their own and that of other people. For many, this means investing in projects that will make a difference for generations to come, whether through philanthropy, education, or initiatives that promote social and environmental well-being. Legacy, for them, is an extension of the concept of true wealth, as it involves leaving something of value that will last beyond their own lifetimes. This kind of thinking goes beyond the simple accumulation of wealth. It's about creating a positive and lasting impact. And in this process, time again proves to be one of the most valuable resources, as it is through time well spent that these legacies are built. Finally, true wealth, as millionaires see it, is also about self-realization. They understand that the ultimate goal is not just to accumulate assets, but to achieve a life that is meaningful to them, where they can express their true essence and live according to their deepest values. This is something that money alone cannot buy, but which, when combined with freedom of time, can be achieved. Building wealth is a process that requires not only financial intelligence, but also a deep understanding of the value of time. For millionaires, time is not just a resource to be spent, but an asset to be invested wisely. The way they use their time is one of the main factors that distinguishes them from those who only dream of being rich. They know that, when it comes to creating wealth, time is both a powerful ally and a finite resource that must be managed carefully. One of the main ways in which time plays a role in building wealth is through the power of compound interest. This concept, often described as the eighth miracle of the world, is deeply understood by millionaires. They understand that by investing their money and allowing it to grow over time, the returns are not only on the initial capital, but also on the accumulated income. This financial snowball, which grows exponentially over the years, is what turns modest investments into great fortunes. But to reap the rewards, you need patience and a long-term vision. Millionaires also use time as a strategic factor in identifying and taking advantage of opportunities. They know that investment opportunities don't come along every day, and that often the right time is as important as the investment itself. Therefore, they spend time studying the market, analyzing trends, and waiting for the ideal moment to act. This patience and willingness to wait for the right moment is a characteristic that sets them apart from less experienced investors, who are often driven by haste or fear of missing an opportunity. In addition, time is a crucial resource when it comes to learning and personal development, both of which are essential for building wealth. Millionaires regularly dedicate time to learning new skills, whether through reading, courses, or practical experience. They know that the world is constantly changing and that, in order to remain competitive and innovative, they need to be continually expanding their knowledge and skills. This investment of time in their own growth is one of the reasons why they are able to adapt quickly to change and seize new opportunities before others. Another important aspect is the way millionaires use their time to build and nurture relationships. They know that, in the business world, who you know can be just as important as what you know. Therefore, they dedicate time to building strong and meaningful networks, which can open doors to new opportunities, partnerships, and collaborations. These relationships, often built up over years, become valuable assets that help boost their business and investments. Building wealth also requires a balance between time dedicated to work and time dedicated to rest and recuperation. Millionaires understand that in order to be productive and make smart decisions, they need to be mentally and physically healthy. They don't see rest time as a waste, but as an investment in their own ability to continue creating value. This balance is crucial to avoiding burnout and ensuring that they can continue to operate at a high level over the years. Finally, time is also a measure of progress in the wealth-building journey. Millionaires set long-term goals and use time to measure progress towards these goals. They know that true wealth is not built overnight, and that it takes patience, perseverance, and a clear vision to achieve their goals. Every step taken over time, however small it may seem, contributes to progress towards a richer and freer future. The importance of time in building wealth cannot be underestimated. For millionaires, every second is an opportunity to create, learn, and grow. They are not content to let time pass without purpose. On the contrary, they use it as a tool to carve out a life of abundance and success. Understanding and applying this mindset is one of the greatest secrets to turning dreams of wealth into reality. When millionaires think about time, they don't just see it as a resource to be used in the present. They understand that time has a lasting impact, not just on their lives, but on the lives of future generations. This thinking is what shapes their decisions, investments, and, above all, the way they build their legacy. For them, true success is not only measured by the wealth accumulated, but by what that wealth and, more importantly, the use of time, leave behind. The concept of legacy is a powerful idea. It involves understanding that today's actions have consequences that can resonate far beyond our own lives. Millionaires who have achieved a certain level of success often ask themselves, what am I leaving to the world? The answer to this question often defines their priorities and actions. They want their contributions to last, and they know that time is the factor that will give weight and meaning to this legacy. One of the most visible aspects of millionaires' legacies is their philanthropic impact. Many millionaires use their wealth to support social, environmental, or educational causes. But for them, it's not just about donating money. They invest time in understanding the causes they support, often getting directly involved in the work of the organizations they sponsor. They know that by dedicating their time and energy, they are multiplying the impact of their financial contributions. This commitment is what transforms a simple donation into a real legacy, capable of creating lasting change. In addition to philanthropy, the legacy of time also manifests itself in the way millionaires build and manage their companies. They are not just creating businesses to make a profit, they are creating institutions that can outlive them and continue to thrive in the future. This involves building a strong corporate culture, choosing capable successors, and creating systems that ensure the company's vision continues even when they are no longer there. For them, the company is not just a means of making money, but a vehicle for creating impact and positively influencing the world over time. Another aspect of the legacy of time is the transmission of values and teachings to the next generations. Many millionaires care deeply about ensuring that their children and grandchildren not only inherit their wealth, but also the values and knowledge that enabled them to achieve success. They know that money alone is not enough to create a rich and satisfying life. Therefore, they invest time in educating their families about finances, work ethic, and the importance of using wealth for the greater good. This kind of legacy is intangible, but often the most valuable, as it shapes the character and actions of future generations. In addition, millionaires who think in terms of legacy also consider the environmental and social impact of their decisions. They know that time can amplify both the positive and negative consequences of their actions. Therefore, they try to be responsible in their business and life choices, thinking about the world they will leave behind. They invest in sustainable practices, support social responsibility policies, and strive to minimize the negative impacts of their activities. For them, legacy is not only what they leave for their families, but also what they leave for humanity and the planet. Finally, the legacy of time is also present in the way millionaires take care of their own stories. Many document their journeys, whether through autobiographies, lectures, or even mentoring the next generation of entrepreneurs. They know that their experiences can serve as inspiration and guidance for others, and they take the time to ensure that these lessons are preserved. By sharing their stories, they create a legacy of knowledge that can continue to influence and inspire long after they are gone. Thus, the legacy of time for millionaires is not something that arises by chance. It is the result of conscious decisions, a long-term vision, and a deep understanding that the true impact of their lives will be felt far beyond their time on Earth. By valuing time as a resource for creating lasting change, they build legacies that transcend money and touch lives in ways they could perhaps never have imagined.